everybody, it's your girl Cordnie Ellese, and welcome to my channel, Mommyhood and Entrepreneurship. And today we are continuing our Juneteenth celebration, y'all. Today is July 19th, and today is the final day of our Juneteenth celebration. Juneteenth is June 19th, y'all, and we are celebrating this from then all up until July 19th. So we are finalizing today with at least one video, with this being one of them. I might post a few, so keep your eyes and ears open, but this is the last day. So today we will be using the quote from E.T., the hip-hop preacher, aka Eric Thomas, aka speaker extraordinaire, aka the bombdiggity.com. Okay, y'all, he is Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher. I look up to this man. I look up to his spirit and his heart, y'all. You can tell when you listen to him, this man has some true heart. He has some true brand heart, y'all. And you know what? I'm just trying to be great. He has taught the people how to be great. I'm just trying to be great, okay? I'm just trying to be great. Here's the quote. If you are one, you cannot expect to lead the threes, the fours, the fives. You can only lead zeros. It doesn't make you a bad person. You just need to focus on the zeros. The problem is you are one trying to lead threes. But when you become the right person and you become a 10, you become a leader. Why? Because 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, they follow you. Y'all, I'm going to say it just like he said. They follow you. E.T. be with it, y'all. But he is so right. So many times, these people with a lack of skill sets are trying to tell everybody what to do. You trying to give your friends and your family advice on their business, their marriage, their relationship, their kids, but you haven't gotten to where you need to be at all. The Bible says something along the lines of you got to take the plank out of your own eye before you can even think about taking the speck out of somebody else's, okay? You so busy trying to take that tiny little splinter out of somebody else's eye that you're forgetting about this huge plank, okay? Y'all ever seen any kind of pirate ship where they're like, what the plank? Y'all see how long them things are? They're big. They're like long, okay? I've never seen a real plank in person, but I just think about like a pirate ship. The plank is just long. It's really long and it's wide. It's got to be wide enough for you to walk on it, because they tell you about how to walk the plank and then you got to drive off the plank. Okay, you gotta dive off of it and, you know, to your doom. There's some sharks or some alligators or something down there waiting to consume you, or else that wouldn't be the punishment, okay? A bad current, maybe you're gonna end up under somebody's motor. I don't know. Either way, when you have to walk that big old plank, it's a long, big old thing, and you gotta walk it to your death, and you got that thing in your eye, but you're so busy just not focusing on this eye that you're using that eye to judge somebody else. Y'all, you got to make yourself do all the hard work that you have to become a 10, because you have to be a certain kind of person to even become a 10, okay? You can't be mediocre, just doing things every willy-nilly way. Your life ain't right. Your finances ain't right. You cheating on your wife, cheating on your husband, you know, cheating on your test, cheating on the job, skimping out. Your work ethic sucks. Your parenting skills suck. You're blaming everybody else for your problems. You make excuses for everything. You're living in fear. I don't need this because I don't want to be wealthy, because I don't want blah, 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 because you make excuses for everything. Anytime somebody says something you don't like, you want to get into an argument, you're super defensive, your ego out the way, you always think you're right, but yet and still, you want to lead the 9s, the 8s, the 7s, the 6s, the 5s, the 4s, the 3s, the 2s, the 1s, the 0s. That don't make no sense. He said, and I'm going to look right over here where I got the quote. He said, if you are one, you cannot expect to lead 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. You can only lead zeros. So that means there's somebody there that you can lead, okay? There's somebody who knows less than you, but you still got a whole lot of work to do. You can help that person become more than a 0 and get them to step 1. But then you have nothing that you can help them with once you get them to your itty-bitty position of where you already are. Self-development. Meeting new people outside of the type of circumstance that you're used to. Getting closer to your word. Getting closer to people who are already in those positions that you desire to be in. changing your environment and your scenery. I don't like going into my old neighborhood all the time. I'll randomly visit the people who still live there, pay homage to them, spend some quality time, but I don't spend most of my time there. I don't. I absolutely do not. I would rather spend most of my time on a YouTube live of somebody who's doing great things than to be somewhere where people are backtracking. Now, I'll go back and bring those people up, but I got to become the right person first, because sometimes you can't even see the real problem in somebody else until you fix your problems first. And once you fix your problems, God will show you things about yourself that actually apply to that other person's situations. But if you never fix those things about yourself, you miss out on that blessing that you could have gave them. So the problem is you are trying to lead threes when you're a one. You can't lead them. Okay? But when you become the right person and you become a 10, you become a leader. Why? Because 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, they will follow you. They will follow the person who is where they're wanting to be. Not the person who is where they're pretending to be. Recently, there was an Instagram person who just got arrested because she was doing credit repair fraud and a bunch of other things. Y'all, you can fake it all you want to, but the way this good old world works, that's going to come back around. There is no reason to fake it. Trust me, I learned from the situations of people who were around me. I'm not going to put who they are on blast, but in my family, there were people who tried to skimp the system, okay? They tried to skimp the system, and trust and believe that will make things harder for you because you're trying to skip a process. And a part of that process is changing who you are so that you can get to that other thing. But you cannot get there without that change. In order for you to get that change, there are some people that you're going to have to get uncomfortable enough to meet. There are some people who are going to have to know you. There are some people who are going to have to know your name. Okay? And I'm not talking about being famous. I'm talking about reaching out to folks who you normally would not have reached out to, because that person is where you need to be. And they can help you to get to where you need to be. Okay? But you got to get out of your own self and do that. And only then, when you become the right person, then those people will follow you. And then, to you, it's not even about trying to get people to follow you. Because when you're a 1 and you're trying to get those 2s and 3s and 4s to follow you, you're too focused on the wrong thing. You're trying to get people to follow you instead of trying to help the people. But when you're a 10, right? When you're a 10, and that's where I'm trying to be. I'm trying to get to the 10 because I ain't there yet. I don't think I'm a 1, but I definitely think I'm like around 3. I think I'm a solid 3 right now, okay? But I got you. If you're a 0, 1, or 2, I got you. But I know I'm not a 5. I know I'm not a 7. I know I'm not a 10. Because there's a certain kind of person that God is changing me into who has some work to do in order to become that 10. And I'm willing to do the work. That's the only reason I think that I'm a 3 and not a 1. Because there was a time when I really wasn't willing to do the work. I was only willing to run away. I was only willing to run away from the assignment. I wanted things easily. And that ain't how you get it. Okay? Easy is not how you get it. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to have easy moments. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do things that make things easier. But stop trying to reach for ease and reach for service. And by the time you get up to 10, at that point, you're not even concerned with whether or not people are following you. You're just concerned on giving people back what you learned. Because at this point, you got so much filled up and put inside of you that you have no choice but to give it back. And as you give it back to them, they start reaching up and climbing and needing your help. And then they follow you. They follow you naturally. You don't need for them to follow you. They need for them to follow you. Then what do you learn? You learn that you're not even having them follow you. They're just using you to get to Jesus. That's what it is, dog. That's what it is. Well, that y'all, That is the word from the ET, the hip-hop preacher extraordinaire, Eric Thomas. I can't wait to see what y'all have to say in the chats. Please, please, please comment in the chats below just to let me know that I'm going in the right direction and that you got anything. If you got anything and you don't really feel like commenting much, just put a heart in the chat and I would greatly appreciate that. Put a heart in the comment box and that means the world to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying to the end. If you stayed to the end, put 2 hearts so that I know that you stayed to the end. Alrighty, I can't wait to see y'all in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this to your friends, and I will see y'all in the next video. Ciao.